positive energy all the time. Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing great. I had someone ask me about being a stepfather. If you're over here, let me know that you're here. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We have South Carolina in the building. We have Texarkana in the building. Come on in. I had a brethren ask me about being a stepfather. And I'm going to give my point of view on that. Hopefully he comes over. And check it out. So come on in, everybody. Rep your city, rep your city, rep your city. Much love to all the ladies out there. You know we love you ladies. Okay, we have Richmond, California in the building. Pittsburgh is in the building. And so somebody asked me about, told me to speak on stepfathers. They said, let me see the exact question. They want to know the role of a stepfather and what is his position. And if you ask somebody that, what is the role of a stepfather? And they give you a, if they give you an answer, they don't know what they're talking about. So if you ask me, Pharaoh, what's the role of a stepfather? And I just gave you an answer, it would be not a good answer, basically. But we're going to get into that. I couldn't give you a good answer on that like that. It's too many variables. There's a lot of variables. So um, I don't think the brother understand what he asked me. He asked me, what's the role of a stepfather? I mean, there's no answer to that specifically. There's too many moving parts. People are all different. Relationships are different. Children are different. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to break all of that down. Because I've seen a lot of men get themselves in trouble as a step parent. So we're going to get into that. Now, you can ask me now. You can ask me now, Jiva. It's just a whole lot of variables. To that. It's a lot. It's a lot of variables. It's not, just stepfather. That's not how it works. What would I say to men who don't want to be a stepdad or play that role when the father is around and active? Why is he messing with the woman? That's on him. That don't have nothing to do with stuff. That has something to do with the woman. He can't be a stepfather unless he's in a relationship. So what do you do? Get in a relationship he don't want to be in? Because that's basically what he's saying. The child has nothing to do with that. The other father has nothing to do with that. You got in a relationship you shouldn't have got in. That has nothing to do with being a stepfather or the other child's father or nothing like that. That has nothing to do with it. You got in the relationship, and that's how it is. You have to ask yourself, why did you get in that relationship? It's that simple. You got in the relationship. That's how it is. Why did you get in the relationship? Make it make some sense. Why'd you get in a relationship with a woman that's got a child and you don't want to be bothered with the child? Or you don't want to deal with the circumstances that was there when you got in a relationship? And those men complain about that are full of it. They got in a relationship. That's how it was when they got in a relationship. So what, they just woke up one day and realized that they got in that type of relationship? Ain't no pre-circumstance. You in the relationship or you're not. It's real simple. There's no pre-circumstances. You in the relationship, you're not in a relationship. You get in the relationship, then that's on you. It's 100% on you. Has nothing to do with the stepchild. Has nothing to do with the daddy, the mommy, nothing. It's all on the man that got in a relationship. You chose that woman, and she came with that, and you said okay, and then you slept with her. Then you started complaining. When you, because if you don't get in that, why would you be complaining about it? Why would you be saying, I don't want to get in a relationship with no woman? Why would you? Why are you saying that if you're not in that? What does it matter to you? Why would I be talking about, I don't want to get in a relationship that I'm not getting in? Men are feminine. What do I look like? Complaining about not getting in a relationship that I'm not in and I don't want to get in. Does that make any sense whatever? Does it make any sense for me to say, I don't want to be with a woman that got 3 children and I'm not with a woman that got 3 children? Does that make any sense? For me to complain about what I don't want to do instead of just don't do it. Just don't do it. Does that make any sense? To talk about what I don't want to do, what I don't want to do? I don't want to go to the moon and have 4 babies on the moon, you know. Like, what? 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 Show me a man that's unnecessarily complaining about a woman, and I'll show you a man that most likely is gay and is trying to attract men. Because I can see no other reason for wanting to talk to men about that. I can't see me want to be in a group of men complaining about women. Now, there's got to be something to that. There's got to be something to a bunch of men that get together and complain about women. If I was a gay man, I would definitely get in that discussion. I could pull me a man. You know, I could pull me a man in the hate women discussion. Think about it. I could find me a man if I'm gay. That'd be perfect if I'm gay. I'll get in there. Yeah, these women ain't no good. Yeah, my woman did me crazy too. We should hang out, bro. You know what I'm saying? We should hang out. You know what I'm saying? It's slick. It's slick. Everybody that got any sense know what that is. Don't no real G's sit around complaining about women. Who does that? Who does that? What kind of man sits around with men crying about women? Who does that? What man does that? I get in a relationship with a woman. The relationship's not a good relationship. We break up. I'm supposed to run to some guys. I was in a relationship, guys, and then she was this and she was that, and we broke up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? I'm just going to go get in another relationship. I don't want to talk to you about it, okay? Why do I want to talk to you? Why would I want to talk to you about her? What? What? Listen, if there's some real men out here, young brothers, We don't kiss and tell. We don't know nothing, and we ain't seen nothing. Is this some real G's, young soldiers out here? Listen to Big Pharaoh. You don't know nothing? You ain't seen nothing. I've been in a lot of relationships, and guess what I'm going to tell y'all about them? Nothing. I'm not telling you nothing. Nothing. Okay? I'm not telling you nothing. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. I don't tell my mother. I don't tell my father. I don't tell anybody. My woman is the one supposed to go tell her sisters and aunties. She's supposed to do that. If I'm doing the same thing the woman's doing, okay, because the woman gonna do that. She gonna go, and I was with and Pharaoh, and then he was getting on my nerves, and then da 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 da. And I just don't want to be with him. And then, you know what I'm saying? He called me, girl. I don't want, the women gonna do that. Cool. Me, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. It is what it is. I don't know anything. Nothing. There's no way I would talk about it. And if I did talk about it and they say, well, you broke up, who caused it? I'll say, me. I'm not telling you nothing. Me, I messed it all up. Listen, I'm a man. I'm not feminine. I got toxic masculinity. And what happens in the house, stay in the house. And if anybody breaks the rule, it should be the feminine one. It shouldn't be the masculine one. What happens in the house stays in the house. First off, the woman is the most vulnerable. So I meet with a woman and I'm making love to her. I'm taking her clothes off. I'm exposing her body. So I'm not saying nothing because it's too much information on this woman. And I'm not going to expose anything on a woman. It's a woman. I'm not telling on a woman. I'm not telling on a woman. I'm a man. I am not telling you nothing about no woman. Period. That's feminine. So if you're a man that can't wait to talk about your woman, you are feminine. You are emotional like a girl. Because I don't know nothing and I'm not telling you nothing about no relationship. A relationship is private. Private. When you make love to your woman, do you go do it outside, on the street outside? No. It's in private, right? You go in your bedroom. A lot of times you get under the sheets, right? It's private. All right, then. It should stay like that. A woman might go tell how you have sex, what you look like naked and all that, but me, I didn't know nothing. I'm not telling you nothing about a woman's body. I'm not telling you nothing about how she have sex. I'm not telling you nothing. Period. Because I'm not a woman. I'm a man. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I don't know nothing. That's not my business to expose. but we're going to talk about it. If you're a man and you're discussing your relationship and all that, stop. No, I don't got no boys. He said, so you and the boys. I'm a man. I don't hang out with boys. I don't got no boys. Anyway, I don't have no boys. I don't have no boys. The last time I had boys was in high school. My little friends up at the high school. As an adult, I don't have no boys. It's funny that you use the word boys. You ask a man, do he be with the boys? I don't have boys. He telling on himself. He telling the type of person he is. Do I tell my friends my personal business about my queen? No. I be around kings. We don't discuss those matters. I be around kings. I be around kings. We represent royalty. And when I go out with kings, we just be talking about king stuff. Where they went on vacation or what's going on in the world, what's going on with them, what's going on with their job, when they gonna retire, stuff like that. Their car, they have problems with their car, what they gonna do with their car. Probably right now they ask me about if I think Canelo or Crawford gonna win, stuff like that. None of the men I be around gonna tell me nothing about their wives. Cause I be around kings, and kings got queens. And a king's not gonna tell a buster about the queen. And another king don't want to hear that. When you're around men of honor, they don't want to hear that. Because that's something you learn not to do in like the eighth grade or freshman year when you get your first girlfriend. You learn not to do that. So if you're a grown man doing that, that's why I don't hang out with like a lot of dudes because they weirdos. Because think how low you are exposing a woman like that. S-Slot. Think how much of a low life you got to be for a woman to trust you and have sex with you, and you go out and tell everybody when she gave herself to you in private. Think what kind of low life you got, what kind of scum you got to be for me to think that you would sleep with my daughter and you would go out and tell everybody everything about your private sexual encounter with my daughter. Just think about that. Think about you as a father and your daughter liked a boy, and you would be cool with her giving herself and liking this guy, and this guy betraying her and going telling their personal. You would be cool with that for your daughter. SS Slide Dave, that would be fine for somebody to do that to your daughter that might really like this guy and he don't like her. It's not at least he admitted it. When you admit you're a scumbag, That's not cool. You should have just shut up. Nobody likes a scumbag. It's not cool he admitted that. That's not cool. What about somebody that admit they sleep with children? That's cool. I don't even know why you asked me that. I'm insulted you asked me that. That was an insult to me. To me, he insulted me. To me. Especially at 67 years old, he asked me, I don't go out with the boys. Nah. When I was in Hawaii, when I be with the boys, I meet a chick that just got to the island and just want to hang out, and I'm gonna hang out with her, and we end up having sexual encounters, and then I end up getting back with the guys. We start talking right where we left off at. I'm not telling them nothing. I'm not. That's weird. Now they might ask me, "What's up with old girl? She cool?" I'm like, "Yeah, she cool. She went back to the hotel and stuff." If you ask me, "Did you hit it?" I'm gonna look at you crazy. Why? What's it to you? Like, why you want to know? As soon as you ask me something like that, I'm putting you in the back row. Like, you ain't finna be one of the dudes. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you ask me what me and her did, you're not gonna be one of the people I'm gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even do that when I was in high school. You know, young men be stupid now early. You know, we was mature early. You know, I didn't talk about my girlfriend when I went up to the school. Nothing about me and my girlfriend. We're gonna talk about the NBA. We're gonna talk about Dr. J. We're gonna talk about anything. We're not gonna talk about my girlfriend. I ain't gonna portray my baby like that. I ain't gonna betray my baby like that. If it's a woman and she like me and she trusts me like that, to let me get close to her body, I'ma honor that. I'm not finna do her like that. Cause first off, if the other ladies see you doing that, they ain't gonna want to mess with you. Who gonna want to mess with you? If it's four dudes with some ladies and they come back, nobody say nothing, and one dude say something and tell everything about his lady, and then later somebody get busted because somebody told the police, guess who everybody gonna say the snitch is? They gonna say the dude with the leaky mouth is a rat. Yeah, you's a rat. Because that's a rat. Once I see you a rat and you talk a lot and you tell everything, in some cases, that ain't really gonna work out too good. You're gonna leave if you're around some gangsters. You're gonna leave. They say, "Dude, talk a lot." I say, "Yeah, man. I wonder how much he talking." You know, if he telling us everything about her, you know he telling her everything about us. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He telling that bitch everything. He gotta go. Let's keep it gangster. See this? This is not good. For the young black men watching me, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. I don't even take pictures with a woman if I'm dating her and post it. Only woman you're going to see me post is an old relationship. You'll never see me post no new relationship. Never. Never. That ain't none of your damn business. It's not your business. What I'm telling you for. It's between me and her. What I want you to know for. Who is you? Women do that stuff because they want to show everybody they with a man. Unless she with a G, I'm telling herself, don't be posting no pictures of me. Keep your mouth shut. You want to be with me or you want to be with Instagram? Because you could go date Instagram. What you want? Do you want a relationship or do you want everybody to see you in a relationship? Those are two different things. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I already know people's weird. I'm just saying, well, I don't tolerate. I know all of that. I'm just trying to give the young brothers some knowledge. So somebody asked me about the role of a stepfather. He said, what's the role of a stepfather? And there's no answer for that, the role of a stepfather. What do you mean, what's the role of the stepfather? Your role as a man is whatever role you choose. What do you mean? You determine your role. And your role is determined by the circumstances. So the first thing is, how you going to ask me what's the role of a stepfather? How old is the child? How am I supposed to answer that? You meet a woman and she got a 14-year-old. You think you could be the stepdaddy? He 14. You cannot be his stepdaddy. How? In a few years, the boy going to college. What you trying to do? How you going to be a stepdaddy to 12, 13, 14, 15 year old? You just say, mama boyfriend. That's it. You was not no damn stepdaddy. So that's why I wanted the brother to come over here, because he asked me a blank question. I can't answer that question. It's too many variables. How old is the child? Is the father in their life? You can't, what kind of question is that? It's like, bro, I can't answer that. I'm supposed to answer. I don't know the situation. You believe you can come in a relationship with an 8-year-old boy that been going back and forth to his mama house, his daddy house, you think you could come in and be the stepdaddy when he already be seeing his real daddy? Really? So we're going to break it down, because your relationship with a woman's child is based on your relationship with her and what's going on with her. Because that's her determination. What she going to let you do with her child that she had when you came there. I don't know how you think you're going to make any decisions when you meet a woman and it's her child, it ain't yours. And I don't know how you think you're going to come in and be some stepdaddy. And just because she's looking for a man don't mean she's looking for a stepdaddy. That's the first thing. Who told you she looking for a stepdaddy? Who told you the baby wanted the stepdaddy? The kid wanted a stepdaddy? Make that make some sense. So he asked me, what's the role of the stepdaddy? I said, what? I don't know how to answer that. I wanted him to come over here so he could be more specific. Because when I meet a woman, I'm not meeting her to be a stepdaddy. I'm meeting her to be with her. I'm not meeting her and say, "Oh, she fine. I hope she got a kid. I could be their stepdaddy." Like that, you know. And then I go to her house and she got a kid. Cool. Don't bother me none. She got a kid. I like her. I want to talk to her. I don't care if she got a baby. What that mean to me? Now, some men, they don't want to be with her if she got a baby. They want to go and build their own family. And there's been a lot of men did that. They don't want to be with her. She got a baby. They go with a woman. They have a baby. They be together so many years and they break up. And now that they baby is in the same situation that they didn't want to do for the other baby. So now their baby's at home with their baby mama. He didn't broke up. And so you got a problem with her having a man when you left her with the baby. So you want to be like some kind of father that ain't with the mother or something weird like that. So the same little child you didn't want to be around, your child is now that child. That a man like you don't want to be around either. What's a weird thing to desire? Because I'm talking a lot, so you got to. What's a weird thing to desire? A woman with no kids and wanting to start his own. If I got a woman over here with a kid and I really like her, should I get with a woman I don't like as much just because she don't have a kid? Because at the end of the day, it's about do you love the woman? And you ain't gonna necessarily love no woman just because she ain't got no kid. So you tell me something. Are you automatically gonna love her? You automatically gonna like her just because she don't have a kid? Is she the best woman for you? This woman got a kid. This woman got it. Don't. Just because she don't have a child, is she the best woman for you, or is this one the best woman for you? If you're looking for a woman. Because I can't say just because she ain't got no child, she the best woman for me. This one might be a very loving woman, perfect like I like her, might be a business professional, might love me crazy. This one might love me a little bit or love me. She might not be as beautiful as this one. She might not be as caring as this one. But I'm going to just go with her anyway because she ain't got no kid. And this one with the kid, oh no, it's just a no. What do you mean? What are the benefits of being a stepdad? I don't know. That question don't make no sense. Ask me a question that makes some sense. You ask me a question makes some sense. You just can't ask me any old weird question. That question doesn't make any sense. Ask me something makes some sense. Don't y'all just ask me any old weirdo stuff. Ask me some solid questions. Not just any like stuff that's a question, but it don't sound like a question. It sounds like some type of disrespect or some, that don't sound like no question. That just sounds like somebody trying to be smart or something. It sounds weird. Don't make yourself look weird. Yeah, that question makes no sense. Ask me something intelligent. What you mean? What would I say about a situation where the father is still active around and your wife is going back and forth with taking the kids to the father's place? What you mean? I don't understand what you're asking me, Jay. Not necessarily. I don't know what he's asking me. Because look, you're going to meet a woman. If you meet the woman and she started doing things you don't like, how you going to be in the relationship? You see this type of stuff people ask me? If I meet a woman, she got a kid. The kid's father's showing up and she's always leaving with the father and stuff, and I'm uncomfortable. Is there going to be a relationship? Just what I'm saying, people, they're not thinking. Is there going to be a relationship? No. So what kind of question is that? What you mean? You make your own guidelines, Jay. You make the guidelines. How you going to ask me on what your guidelines going to be? That's why when the dude asked me, what's the role of a stepdaddy? What's your guidelines? I can't answer what you all will do. That's why I said it's too many variables. I don't know what you're going to put up with. So I can't answer for you. I cannot answer for any of y'all. How you going to ask me how much you going to tolerate? Does that make any sense to anybody? Pharaoh, how much am I going to tolerate? Bro, I have no idea. I don't know what you're going to tolerate. What do you want me to say? I don't know what you're going to tolerate. I don't know. I think for me, I meet a woman and a dude starts showing up. I'm gonna go talk to another woman. A dude keeps showing up too much. I don't know. Some other man might be cool. I don't know. I can only. But when you ask me, they keep doing something. It's like, what do you mean keep doing something? That don't make sense. So if they're doing something that bothers you and they keep doing it, I think I wouldn't have been around. So I'm not understanding that question. It's like if a woman keeps slapping you every Saturday, what you'll do? I probably would have left the first Saturday. Ask me some. Come on, y'all. I can tell you from what some of these men are asking me, I feel sorry for the women. I'll tell you that. Because y'all ain't looking so good for the women. I'll tell you that. You talk about the women, but these men, what I'm seeing is not impressive for the men, that's for sure. I can't tell you about the women, but I can tell you by the questions I'm getting over here that it ain't no really, some of these men, I feel sorry for these women. Because these ain't no masculine questions. These ain't no intelligent questions. These are like painting the worst scenario ever type questions. Because when you first meet a woman, whatever she's doing early in the relationship don't mean she's gonna be doing it later in the relationship. So I meet a woman. She got a son and a daughter by a dude. We've been dating about a month or so. She said she gonna take the kids. The baby daddy wanna take the kids shopping. She gonna go with him. Well, me and her ain't really close like that yet. So it might be a little strange, it might not if they already been doing that and I'm new in the relationship and she's not necessarily going to just drop everything she's doing just with some stranger that she's trying to get to know. You know, it takes a while before that's your woman. That's not your woman right away if y'all been in any real relationships. So you all got to be together for a while before that's really solid. That's not solid like that the first month, the first 2 weeks like that. From my experience, I've never been in a relationship where the first 2 or 3 months is anything like 2 years later. I've never been in nothing like that. Because a woman can't take you serious like this is the relationship forever just because you started dating. She don't know how serious this is going to be. How's she supposed to know? How's she supposed to know how serious this is supposed to be? So I don't know what you're talking about, Jay. You just talking riddles. You got it. I can't try to decipher all that. I don't know. I don't. You're losing me, Jay. I don't know what you're talking about. Healthy co-parenting could mean very active. I what? What am I supposed to do with like? Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I mean, you don't have to fall back, but say something I can answer. Mikey, we already knew that's what you said. You should have just said that in the first place instead of trying to snake me Why would you ask me if there are any benefits when you already believe it's not none? You're not a stand-up dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time to play with you, bro. Come back tomorrow. I don't do snakes, okay? You're a snake. Come back tomorrow. You see, this brother asked me, what's the benefit in being a stepfather? Then he come back later. There is no benefits to being a stepfather. Well, what? What you ask me a question you already got your own answer for? I don't got time. I don't got time to play, bro. You know what I'm saying? He just playing around. You know what I'm saying? I don't hang with people like that either. He could have just said that the first time. There's no benefit from being a stepfather. He could have got that off his chest, which it sounds ignorant because he keeps using the word benefits, which don't make no sense. Because there are benefits for the child. So he don't know what he's talking about. If you're a young boy and I come into your mother's life and I'm there for you to get you to school, it definitely benefits the child and it definitely benefits the mother. So when he say no benefits, if he's intelligent, he should say there's no benefit for the man being a stepfather. But are there benefits of being a stepfather? Yes, there's benefits for the woman. There's benefits for the child. There are benefits to being a stepfather. And many times there's benefits for the man, that responsibility to come into a young boy life. Let me explain something to you. Nobody talks about, I meet a woman, she got a boy. The father's dead. What y'all think? See, this is why, you know, I be trying to have some mature conversation. Because every time you're a stepfather don't mean the father's alive. Doesn't mean the father's not in prison for 30 years. So just to assume that you're a stepfather and the father is around is not high level conversations. It's not intelligent because you're assuming, because there's many reasons to be a stepfather. Look at the rate of violence in Chicago and how many young men are being unalived. You telling me those children don't deserve a man to come into their mommy life to help her raise the boy? Then you want to turn around on another thing and talk about black communities and standing up for black communities, but you're not willing to raise a black child just because it's not yours? If I come into a relationship with a young woman and she got a son, the son 2 years old, she get pregnant by me and have a baby. Her son 3, my son 1. Don't you know how tight them boys gonna be? He might as well be my son, cause he gonna love his little brother. He gonna love that little brother. He gonna love having somebody to play with. And him and his little brother, they gonna be just like that. So how could I do this with them when they like that? If y'all want to have an intelligent conversation. If we talking intelligence. My last relationship, I raised 3 stepchildren. I love them just like they my own. I was really proud to be there for them and to help their mother raise them while she was by herself with them children. I didn't take any losses. It was a plus for me. I didn't take any losses. As a matter of fact, I brought my son from a relationship there too. So she was raising my son that wasn't hers. I was raising her son that wasn't mine. I was raising her two daughters that wasn't mine. And we was raising our daughter that we had together that was mine. I didn't have a problem with it. Because if you get money, you just get money, you know. Now if you don't know how to go out here and get no money, then you probably count pennies like that. But if you get money, you go get money, you come, you buy everybody food to eat. I don't see a problem with it. As a matter of fact, my stepdaughter called me the other day. She said, Pharaoh, could you send me $50 until I get paid? About 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago, she asked for $50. I sent it to her. She sent it back. I said, yeah, I sent her the $50. I told her, keep it. You ain't got to send it back. I'll shoot for them just like I shoot for my own. Because I'm a king and anybody in my village is mine and is protected. You can't touch my children or my stepchildren. It's going to be smoke, period. Because I'm a G. I'm not a little boy. I'm really that. Don't bother me none. Don't bother me. I raised a lot of children that wasn't mine. Don't bother me. I'm a black man and they was black children. I'm a king. I'm raising black children. That's something to be proud of. For you to not want to raise a child just because their parents didn't work out just shows you's a low-life scum bucket. That's all. You're a selfish scum bucket. Not knowing that if something happened to you, you sure like somebody to come in and help your child. So, G-Rob, if something happened to you, you would have a problem with another man taking care of your child if you passed away to make sure your child's taken care of? Somebody they could call? They can't call you if you pass away. I don't know. Let's make it make some sense. You know, we always include everything except death. We don't include, y'all don't speak on death. You understand? And the same people over here saying they wouldn't take care of no woman's helper with her child. I'll come back later talking that black shit. Now you blackity black and black people. But you just said you wouldn't help raise a black baby. Like, all right. Which one is it? I thought you was blackity black. I thought y'all was blackity black like that. I thought y'all was all super black. But you won't raise a black baby unless it's yours. I guess. I guess. I don't know. If I like a woman, I'm taking everything that comes with the package. So the first thing is, now we're going to get to it so I can teach you young brothers. You come in a relationship, she got a child. Now the first thing is, how old is the child? It's the first thing. Because if the child is really little, the child's going to take to you like they're theirs. The child is going to love you just like you're theirs. Because the child don't know all of this. So if the baby's 2, 3 years old, the baby don't know all this. All the baby know is you there, and the baby love you. And you're going to love the baby if you decent. If you're a scumbag, you ain't going to like the baby because it's not yours. If you're some kind of weirdo. So the baby's going to love you. And the mother's going to love you for being there to help her with the baby because this your boo and she got a baby and her problems is your problems and your problems is her problem. Now, this woman, I helped raise these 4 children. If I call her, you know she'll pop you, right? We could break up. We could be on the other side of the world. But if I call her, you know she'll shoot you, right? On sight. I'm just letting you know. You know she'll shoot you over me. And you know her children will shoot you over me, too. You do know my stepchildren will shoot you over me. You do know that, right? That's a fact. Because people always know who took care of them and who showed them love. Love is powerful. And they know who was in the trenches with them. Let's say you was with my ex and you was her man. And I was out here and something happened and I called her and she told you, I got to go do something. And maybe she can't pick me up somewhere where I'm stranded and drop me off. You know you don't got nothing to worry about because I'm not going to try to talk to her. I'm not going to try to kiss her or nothing. She's just going to pick me up and drop me off and go back home. That's a fact. We're not going to have sex or nothing like that. There's no way in the world. You don't need to be worried at all because it's not going to happen. She's just helping me. Same thing if something happened and that's your woman and you ain't there and I go help her. That ain't got nothing to do with me and her in no relationship or nothing like that. I'm just helping somebody. I'm just helping an old friend. That's it. It's not gonna affect your relationship at all. Because we don't want to be together like that. We just been knowing each other a long time and we ain't gonna leave each other out there fucked up somewhere. That don't mean we're going to sleep together, but this is an immature mentality. That don't mean we're gonna sleep together. I'm not gonna sleep behind you and you sleeping with her. I'm a G. I'm not finna sleep behind you, bro. On myself. It's not gonna happen. I'm giving you the real that nobody gonna tell you. So her man, he don't got nothing to worry about. I don't want her like that. I'm not gonna call her unless it's the only person and I'm really in a situation. I can't reach my sister, or I can't reach my cousin, and I can reach her, and I gotta make a move. Somebody gotta come get me. She gonna come get me. But this has nothing to do with the love relationship. This is an old friendship relationship. Those are 2 different things. Any woman can tell you that. Any woman, Kathy will tell you. Once she not want to have sex with you like that, she'll still come help you. But she not going to sleep with you. Would you tell him, Kathy? She might will come help you. But that does not mean she going to sleep with you. Y'all don't know women. Y'all trying to play women like they just, women got rules. They not easy like y'all try to make women like they'll just, no. No, women just will not just sleep with somebody like that. I don't know what y'all think. They will not. Some, And y'all take the sum and try to put that on women. Women are very particular. This is a fact. And some men are particular because I ain't gonna want to sleep with her either. I'm not finna call you to come get me and I'm stranded and then try to talk to you. That's corny. That's weird. I'm not doing no weird shit. I'm trying to get picked up, get dropped off. Thanks. I see you later. That's it. I'm not trying to be like, well, since you can't pick me up, can I get in your drawers? Like, come on, man. That's weirdos. But I understand I might got young dudes here that ain't really got no game like that. So you probably would. So you think everybody probably would. No, it's not like that. Everybody not desperate like that. She might be dropping me off where a woman is at. And I got to go tell her that some dude dropped me off because she going to think something that ain't even that. So rather than me tell her that my ex picked me up, I'll just tell her a dude dropped me off because she ain't going to be able to understand the lady just picked me up and dropped me off. It ain't nothing there. Now I should be able to tell her, hey, I called my kid's mother, picked me up and dropped me off. She should be like, cool. She's supposed to know. She's supposed to trust me like, nah. But then I understand she don't trust me because it is a bunch of weirdos out here. So people can't tell the weirdo snakes from the real stand-up people. So I understand that. But when it comes to being a stepfather, first, how old is the child? Right? It's a little child. There's going to definitely be an attachment. When I met my stepchildren, they was like 7 and 8. The girls seen their daddy all the time. The boy didn't. Okay? And she ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. So basically, I was the stepfather. Now, the role of the stepfather depends on the mother. She's standing on her kids, so I don't got to do nothing. Oh, she's standing on business. She disciplining. She doing all that. So I don't got to come in and try to be no daddy or nothing. All I have to do, I don't have to make them listen to me because they mama telling them everything to do. All I got to do is back up the mama. So my job is do what your mama told you to do. They're not doing what I told them to do. They doing what my queen told them to do. And I'm going to stand on my queen's business and you're going to do what my queen told you to do. That's not negotiable. It got nothing to do with me. It got something to do with your mama. Your mama said do this, go do it. And it's the same for any daddy, stepdaddy, or daddy. Daddies don't raise children. Daddies don't, my daddy didn't raise me and my sister. He was there every day. Mommy do the raising. Facts. Children is with mommy the most. If you take 100% of the time of a child being with mommy and being with daddy, me and my sister was around my mama like 80% of the time and my daddy 20% of the time. He was there, but children don't really mess with daddy. Children run behind mommy. Mommy, 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 mommy. Children don't run behind daddy. They want to come play with you every now and then, but children follow mommy. Anybody don't know real family, I don't know what to tell you. Mommy is mommy and the children. So what do you mean what stepdaddy do? You young brothers, listen to me. You scared to get with a woman got a child. The child gonna run behind her. Now the problem gonna come in if the mama's not a good mama and the mama's not raising the kids with discipline. That's where your situation gonna be miserable because you're gonna have some badass children that's not gonna respect you because their mother not raising them right. That's a situation you got to get out of that situation. So, young men, if you do get with a woman and she got a child, if she ain't standing on them, get out the relationship. Because you shouldn't have to come in and be no stepdaddy or nothing. Mama's supposed to be handling that. So once I met the queen and she had them children, I see she was standing on their neck. Cool. Because she was standing on their neck. I didn't have to do nothing. She wasn't playing with them. So where a lot of men make a mistake is they get with a woman that's soft on the son. He falls in love with the woman. He trying to be a good stepdaddy. He trying to be hard on the son. That is not going to work because he knows the boy gonna know he could be soft with his mama. So he's never gonna listen to you because you're not backing up the mother. You're setting the law, but you ain't. But his mama is the one he's tight with. So if his mama not setting the law, it's going to be miserable for you. It's going to be miserable for you as a stepfather if the mama ain't standing on the kids. If the mama ain't disciplining them. If the mama don't make them listen and obey, it's going to be miserable for you. Because if the mama make them listen and obey, the mama going to make them listen to you. They're going to be like, did you hear what Ramses told you? Well, early in the relationship. Early in the relationship, if you tell the son go do that and he moves slow, his mama gonna say, Did you hear what he told you? Okay. Thanks. You ain't gonna have to be like, did you hear what I told you? No, the mama gonna be like, the mama gonna jump on his neck if he don't listen to you. So they gonna listen to you automatically because the mama's gonna insist they listen to you. You don't get it nowhere like this. This is the facts. So when you see a man talking about the problem he had with a stepchild, that's because the mama ain't no good. The mama's not no good. And that's why those are the men that have a miserable situation. Because now there's a divide. It's the mama, you, and then the child running behind the mama. And now, so when the mama's mad at you, the child gonna take advantage of that. Because the mama didn't open up a way for the child to run up under her and not really respect you. That's going to be miserable. And those are the relationships they try to push as an example of being a stepfather. And that's bullshit. All stepfather relationships is not like that. And they take that worst scenario where it's a soft mama and you're trying to be a strong father and the child sides with the mother, runs back. That's not common. Plus, if you end up in that situation, that's your fault. Because as soon as you seen the mama wasn't really a strong mama, you should have left. You don't move in no relationship with no woman with no child and she ain't disciplining the child and she ain't the number one disciplinary. Because the child going to run over you. But if mama stand on business, the child ain't going to be no problem for you. This is a fact. So when you find a man and there's a torn situation between him and the children and the mama, that's because the mama is soft and the man trying to be hard. But the children always going to listen to mommy because mommy's soft. Mommy didn't insist that they respected her man. Mommy don't treat you like no man. So what make you think the children going to treat you like a man when mommy treats you like a punk? Mommy treats you like a punk. So I'm going to treat you like a punk. Mommy don't listen to you either. Mommy don't make us listen to you. You ain't nobody. Just like that. Why is it my situation? If them children just turn their eyes or roll their eyes at me or whatever, they mommy it's going to go bad. As a matter of fact, in my situation, I had to save the children from their mommy. I swear to God, I had to save them from their mama a lot of times. I had to save them and then scare them, you know? No, don't kill them, don't kill them. Take your ass in there and sit down before she kill your ass and listen before I get you, you know, like that. I don't give them no pass, but I just, get the mama off of them because she not playing like that. She feel like you disrespecting her when you ain't obeying it, you know what I'm saying? And you a child and you need to stay in the child's place. That's the type of situation you want to be in where the mama believe a child's supposed to stay in the child place. You're not going to have no problems. You're not going to have to do no whole bunch of stepfather stuff. All you're going to be just doing is the same thing you do with any family. That's it. You're just another member of a tribe. That's it. Now, some people say, well, Pharaoh, don't you want to have your own children? I got 6 children, so it didn't matter to me. It don't matter. I got children. But the idea, do I want to get with a woman and build a family from scratch and every child she have is mine? No. Because my relationship is based on the woman, and I'm looking for a woman I like. And not having a child don't mean she the one for me. It could be one for me that got 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, but she the one for me. And this one with no children ain't the one for me. This ain't the one I like. This ain't the one that's most sexy to me. This is not the one that's more attractive to me. This is not the one that turned me on. I'm not going to just get with her, just go, I'm going to build a family past this hot mama I got right here that I really like. No, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. I'm going to go with the one I like. Love is blind. That's how that go. And that old European Jesus Christ and get married for you have any child. I ain't listening to no slave owners try to tell me how to raise a family. Somebody that breeded black people and won't give me my reparations. What they could tell me about. I'm not listening to that. Because you got men out here just got with a wife, got married, had babies by her, and they gay. The man gay in the closet. Perfect family, except they don't know he gay. That stuff not real. And so a lot got to do with how old the child is. If it's a boy and he's old enough and he's going back and forth with his father, he's acting up. His mother's telling him to chill out. When the father comes, this is what's going to determine if I want to be bothered too. I tell the father when she's going to get up, hey, Lord Jeremy be over here acting up, giving his mama a hard time. If the father say, I'm going to take care of that, I bet he don't give her no hard time when I drop him back off. Cool. But if the father trying to play nice guy, trying to win his own son over for the mother, and the mother and the father trying to see who could be the nicest, the child is going to be a loser. The child's going to be a loser and a manipulator because the child is going to manipulate one parent against the other. Okay? The child is going to manipulate one parent against the other. I don't never listen to whoever that is. So I don't listen to him. I don't know what he's saying. Whatever he's saying, if it's not what I'm saying, he don't know what he's talking about. He's just talking. He's just talking. Doesn't know what he's talking about. So the father might be a strong father, come get his son, take his son to him and his baby with his new woman, make sure his son, when he come back over here, he know how to act. At that point, I'm just here because I'm with my woman. And this is what people get mixed up. So I could be with my woman and children, or I could be with my woman who has a child. Those are two different psychologies. So I'm with a woman that's got a son, and I'm helping her with the son. So I'm not a step-in father. I'm her helper because me and her are in love, and we're a couple. And she has a son. I don't have any problem with that. That's not a problem. Because if you're doing that, and let's say you're in your 20s, by the time that child go off to college, you and mommy in your 40s living your best life. So now you got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 if you take care. You got 60 years of a loving relationship where the children is grown. So people ain't really thinking that if you eating right, take care of yourself, you're supposed to live till 90. If you have your children in the 20s, by the time you're in your 40s, you ain't even got no children no more. It's just you and your queen. And now y'all got to go live a life. There's a life after raising children, a long life. There's a longer life after you raise children than there is raising them. The majority of your life is when your children are grown. Facts. This is a fact. Raising children is not the longest part of your life. So just because you want a woman that don't have no children does not mean she's going to be a good woman. So all the brothers saying, get with a woman that don't have children, you don't want to be a stepfather. I would like them to tell me, well, why the divorce rate is so high? Why that's not working? Why isn't this perfect idea working? Because the divorce rate is through the roof. Because there is nothing that's going to keep you together because you're two individuals and life is constantly changing. There is no magic to make the relationship work long term because you're dealing with two people and any one of them can change. And sometimes you get lucky and you got the right two people and they stick it out. But there's no way to make that happen. That's just a roll of the dice. Because it's a roll of a dice. People say, well, Pharaoh, don't you want to get in a relationship and live together forever till you're 80, 90 years old? That's if we live that long. People pass away. People get cancer. People get in car accidents. So, okay, I find a perfect woman. We get married, but I get unalived in a car accident. What do you have to say about that scenario? Because you're jumping to conclusion that you're going to be together forever. And the only way you don't be together if you break up, because you could pass away and not be together. You could get shot and not be together. You can be killed in a car accident and not be together. And got to start over anyway. So you got to just live. You can't try to plan. You just got to live day to day. You cannot plan down the road. You got to take one day at a time. Because when you plan down the road, you're saying nothing going to happen. You're taking life itself for granted. You're saying, I'm going to be alive. Are you? Are you? So life is day by day anyway. So I don't know why you're trying to plan a long relationship. Just because you make plans don't mean you're going to be here to fulfill them. And so one of the keys is, if you get in a relationship with a woman, got children, is she the disciplinary? Is she making them be good children? Because if you get in a relationship and she's not making them be good children, now that's too much work for you. And they're going to run over you. So when I got in my relationship, I seen how hard she was on them. I seen how clean she kept them. I seen how clean the house was. I seen how she made them obey. It wasn't a problem because there wasn't nothing I had to do. When she went to work, they was already disciplined. They do not want me to tell their mama they acting up. It's all going to be all hell to pay. So it wasn't like I didn't have to do no whole bunch of stepfather stuff. All I had, basically, we was like all homies. What y'all want to eat? I'm beating the boys on the video game, basically. Because there's nothing to do. Because they're going to behave. Because the mother had already disciplined. So I didn't have to do a bunch of stepfather stuff. I didn't have to do all that. And these dudes be talking money. If you get money, you want to go and you want to be successful, get money. So you can't feed 3 children, but you talking about getting money. Some of these brothers talk about, you want to have your own baby, you don't raise no other baby. Then they want to talk about how much money you should make. You don't make all this money, but you can't buy lunch for. Get your broke ass out of here. What difference do it make that we all eating? Didn't make no difference to me. Go get everybody what they want. Okay, all right. We ain't getting 1 pizza. We getting 2. All right. 2 it is. Now, if you're the kind of person, man, I ain't going to be buying no 2 pizzas. I just need 1 kid, 2 kids. I'm buying 1 pizza. You know what I'm saying? But then you want to brag, you got the best car, you got a big house, but you don't want to have no children. Pharaoh, I got a big house. I got a fancy car. Oh, I don't want no lot of kids. That's too expensive. What? That's how they be double talking. You understand? That's how they be double talking. Double talking. Now, one of the things is, what's the roles in the relationship? Because that's what's determining this whole stepfather thing. Like, what's the roles in the relationship? That's going to determine how it is being a step parent. So it's a lot of variables, but it's still at the end of the day up to you. If you're a stepfather and you don't want to be, then you should have never took it up if it's bothering you. So if it's bothering you and you think, man, I'm raising somebody else's child and all that, and you petty like that, it's not for you. It's just not for you. Because I can get with a woman and help her raise 3, 4 children. And you can get with a woman, have your own children, but you still could pass away. You still ain't guaranteed you're going to stay alive at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what difference does it make? Because the only thing going to matter, are you going to be alive? You understand? That's the only thing matter. You know what I mean? If you love a woman, you don't care about her situation. You want to come help her with her situation. You're not going to criticize her. You're not going to criticize her because she got a little girl, she got a little boy. That's not a problem. I don't know how it is, but then you want to talk all this black stuff. But you don't even want to help the sister with the babies. She got 2 little babies. I don't understand that. It's not no problem to me she got children. I don't see where that's a problem. I'm not going to punish no woman because she got in a relationship and had a baby and the relationship didn't work or the man passed away, whatever. But why should I punish her? She can't get in another relationship. She like cursed because she got a baby. That's ridiculous. And that child needs somebody there just like anybody else. And I'm going to defend them children like they mine. Better not nobody say none to them because they is mine. If this my queen and that's her children and she belong to me, then the children belong to me. That's how I live. And better not nobody do nothing to them. It's going to be some smoke. They mine. That's how I live. These kids is mine. These is mine. We a tribe. We living here in this house or this apartment and we a unit. Okay? And don't nobody mess with this unit. Even their daddy will get hurt if he mess with them, if he hurt them children. They real daddy. It'll be smoke. And you got a good woman, you ain't got to do nothing to no children. That's what tripped me out. I know a lot of black women be looking at some of you brothers like crazy. Y'all ain't been around no real black women. You do not have to discipline no black women children. She on their neck. Anyway, a lot of times you got to save them. If mama had a hard day at work and she and she ready to, she ready to do them dirty, and you have to be like, no, babe, y'all go sit down before she fuck y'all up. In a real black family, I don't know. And then a lot of children is good children. Man, a lot of children are good, especially girls. Be just as sweet as they want to be. You ain't gonna have to say nothing, man. People be making it like, oh, you're gonna meet a woman with a child. No, a lot of children are very good children. The majority of children are good children. Seriously, they're not bad like that. Especially some of them girls, they sweet as pie. They ain't gonna do nothing. Your biggest problem you're gonna have with the children is them fighting and arguing between them. They ain't gonna cause you and they mama no problem. The main thing is, they get into it. She won't stop. He won't stop. That's basically, y'all been around children. The biggest work with children is keeping them from arguing and fighting. It's the biggest job. For real. And I raised 2 twins. They wasn't mine, but whew, all my work was them beefing. Basically, breaking up date arguments was basically was all my work. Oh my soul. But that was my little crew though. You know what I'm saying? I love them children. I love their mama and then I love them. It's real simple. It's not a problem. Seriously. So you brothers, y'all men, y'all got to grow up and be men. And when you love a woman, then you're gonna take everything she got. Her problems is your problem. Her world is your world. Period. Her world is your world. That's just the way I see it. I do not believe in discriminating against no woman or worrying about if she got children or not. What I'm trying to find out if I like her. If I like her, then I like everything that comes with her. And we're gonna work it out together. We're gonna make it together. Her enemies is my enemies. And so I have no problem with a woman having no children. Like that's a bad thing. Because if I break up with a woman, I broke up with women and had children, and I would like somebody to be there to help. I wouldn't be mad if somebody came in with my ex to help her with the children. Why would I be mad about that? She got to live a life. She can't just sit around by herself because she got my children and we ain't together. That don't even make no sense. And like a lot of these brothers talking about, they don't raise nobody else's children. They gonna get together and have their own. They act like them and that woman gonna stay together. That it's not a possibility that y'all break up. Because there's a possibility y'all break up when you get through playing. I don't know who told you that y'all gonna just necessarily stay together. Who told you that? Relationships are not easy to keep together. So you talking about you don't want to have no woman with no children, and then next thing you know, you done broke up with your woman and she got children. Now what? You done left a woman in the same situation that you said you didn't want no woman in that situation. Now your child is in that same situation. Make that make some kind of sense. Because that don't make no sense to me. That don't make sense. Not to me. That don't make sense. Y'all need to love these women and treat these women with respect. That's what y'all need to do. And help these women out. I never forget, man. I was talking to a young lady, man. And this helped me a lot. I was talking to a young lady, right? She had a little girl with her. And she was like, my baby daddy was this, and my baby daddy was that, and her daddy was this, and her daddy was that. And so finally I asked her, so how long y'all been broke up? And she said, no, he dead. He got shot. And I felt so bad because I never considered that she had the baby because the baby daddy was dead. I thought they had broke up. So then from that point on, living in Chicago and seeing all these young brothers going to prison and getting unalive, how many young women out here got a baby, but the baby father's not here anymore? So imagine you a selfish man. You meet a woman, you go to her house, she got a little baby. You say you don't want to be with her no more because you don't want to raise no other man's daughter, but you don't even know that the little girl or the little boy daddy has passed away. And you so cold-hearted. You automatically think he in the picture somewhere and he not even here. And you telling me that a woman like that don't deserve no man just because the father's gone? That's what y'all telling me? I can't I can't relate with that. That don't sound right to me. I can't relate. I can't relate at all. It doesn't sound right. It sounds cruel, actually. Doesn't sound right. I'm gonna show my stepchildren. Here go my stepchildren and my son right here. The one in the black and white jacket and the two girls is my stepchildren, and the one on the other side is my son. When I got in this relationship, these two girls and this boy in the white and the black, they was little. He was 8, and I think they was like 7. The two twins and my son, they all the same age. So we had 3 freshmen and a sophomore. And I helped this woman raise these 3 children, plus she had my daughter. But then I had to move my son in because his mother had passed away. His mother had passed away. And he was with my ex, and my ex, that's not his mother, was getting ready to move to California, and I couldn't let her take my son to California. It's not really her son. So I moved him in with us. So this woman was also helping me with my son, and I was helping her with her 3 children. Okay? So it's not like what y'all be thinking. There's more to it than that. And I met that woman, and she had twins and an older son, and she gave me a baby, my youngest. I wouldn't trade none of this for nothing. I wouldn't trade none of my stepchildren or none of my children for nothing. If I didn't raise my stepchildren, I wouldn't have got my last baby. I wouldn't have got my little girl. I got my little girl out that deal. I'd take that all day. And my little girl is the bridge because she's all of they little sister. She my son, little sister. She my queen, ex-queen sons and daughters' little sister. So we all family because they all family. And then my daughter and my son is connected to my other children. I have 6 children. So they all a big family. And time's going to go and they're going to be older. And what does all that nonsense mean when they get older and they have children? The only thing is going to matter that they was born and we kept them alive. Nobody has passed away. Nobody's got hurt. That's all that matters. I didn't lose anything raising these children. I didn't lose nothing. How can some man tell me that I made a mistake When I got a stepson and a son, I got 2 more sons. Me and my 4 sons will jump you and whoop you. To any of you brothers out there talking crazy, me and my sons will jump you and whoop you. How many sons you got gonna help you? Because I got a whole baseball team. But and actually, on some revolution stuff of survival, if we all got weapons, we could come take your stuff, you and your little one baby. But that's another story for another. You just want to have 2 kids. Well, me and my team, we could kick your door down, can't we? I'm just saying. I always heard. I always heard the more the merrier. So you brothers, if you love a woman and she got a child and she's really raising it and she's a good mother, get with her and have another baby. Get that child a brother or sister. Now, if she don't want to have another child, you might not want to stay with her because you might want to have children. I could see that. You say, well, Pharaoh, I got with her. I didn't mind raising her son, but she didn't want to have no more children. In that case, I can see that because you want to have children too. And if you're willing to raise her, she should be willing to give you one. I can understand that. But I can't understand you just not wanting to build a family with a woman just because she got a child. That don't make much sense to me. Not to me. I think it's selfish and insensitive too. Because you got to love who you love. You can't be trying to say, I'm only going to love her if she got red hair and her toenails painted red. She got to be 5'6". You can't, like, that's not how love works. You have to love who you love. So many people get divorced because they try to marry an image that they created, but you don't really love them and they don't really love you. You trying to get married based on the image. That's not gonna last forever. So I have no problem with being a stepfather, and there's a lot of variables to being a stepfather. And it's a beautiful thing. Any type of family is beautiful. And it's real honorable if you're a man. It's all based on love though. I loved the woman. So I didn't feel like I was doing nothing.